I'm here with Chris Lavelle, one of Moby's highly trained account specialists, and I'm going to ask him a few questions just to get the inside scoop about our mobility help desk here at Moby. So Chris, let's start off with the first question. What was exactly involved in your help desk training?
Oh, the first thing that I noticed was they wanted to teach us about the culture of Moby. First thing they did was teach us how to use the coffee machine. I still don't quite understand that, but I don't get paid for that. But a lot of the things that they had us do, they taught us about how the company works. They took us around, showed us all the departments, and really made us feel part of the family. The next parts they went into is more of the nuts and bolts of everything, technology with the devices, as well as a few things about company specifics. But the main thing they did was they wanted us to make sure that we felt comfortable with the company, and as well as feel comfortable with all the policies and processes of everything.
Great. Okay, Chris, if you don't mind, can you just describe a typical day for everyone? So, how many calls do you average a day personally? What types of calls are the most frequent? What are users requesting? What do they need help with? And how long do these calls usually take?
Okay. Yeah, I get quite a few calls a day. Depends on what day. Mondays are typically the most high rated of calls. They get about 30 of those, depending. Really depends on the company's needs that they call in. I would say on average about 12 to 15 calls. From that standpoint, the calls that we have, they'll range anywhere from the mundane of just needing to get their device activated to something more difficult from that standpoint, such as getting their Apple IDs and everything set up, and then everything working on their phone. Quite a few calls though.
Great. And what would you say is the most common request that you get? Is there one in particular that users are constantly calling in about, whether it's email activation or do they seem to forget their passwords a lot? What would you say is typically the biggest request?
Well, those two that you pointed at, they typically tie. Right now we are having a lot of things going on with emails, getting everything set up so that they're on a secure server.
Mm-hmm.
So we get quite a few of those. Sometimes they make up about 90% of the calls, but every single other time, though, it is passwords. People forgetting their passwords, thinking that we're Apple, or thinking that we own their passwords from that standpoint.
What is the longest call you've ever taken? Has there ever been any outrageous call time that you've logged?
I've had about a 2-hour
wow.
phone call
Okay.
here. Basically, it was just setting up their iPhone.
Mm-hmm.
They thought they had an Apple ID. They did not. And so it just took, the Apple ID part of it probably took about 45 minutes of the whole call. So, but yeah, about 2 hours I would say would be that call.
That's great. That's a long time.
Mm-hmm.
And any calls you can remember that were especially strange, or any like funny stories or funny anecdotes you have to share?
I got one phone call. It was from a person who wasn't calling in. They got the wrong number. They were calling in about Jim Beam.
Okay.
They were wanting a $30 rebate that they had bought 6 of the Jim Beam, whatever they're called. And so they wanted us, they were very adamant about myself having to refund them their $30 for their purchases. And so that went on for about 5 minutes, and finally they realized we weren't Jim Beam. So.
Classic. Well, there you have it. There's an inside scoop into Moby's Mobility Help Desk from one of our very own account specialists, Chris Lavelle. Thanks again, Chris.
Thank you.